Hey folks, welcome to Micro Apps for fall semester. My name's Matt. The last name is Her. I'm going to be your teacher for the class. This class is going to be a web-based class, so we will not be meeting in person. This is about as personal as it might get. We may do some live um, back and forth video conferencing kind of thing if needed, but I suspect that most of you have crazy schedules and I don't have any plans in forcing you to meet with me at a particular time. I am available for you though, if you bump into issues and you need something, um, need me to show you something, need some particular help with something, or you just want to talk to a friendly face. Um, This class runs until a couple weeks before Christmas, and uh, basically the way I've got it set up is you'll be working essentially each week on an assignment or on a chapter within the book that you should have already purchased. And if you haven't been able to purchase the book, don't stress over that. I've got the first several chapters text turned into PDFs. It's slightly illegal for me to do that. I can't do it for the entire book, but just to get you launched here in the very beginning, that's kind of why I do it. So there's PDFs that are associated with those first few weeks to get you going. So to get started, I'm going to kind of start off from scratch here. I typically use the Chrome web browser, and it'll look a little bit like this. Obviously, you're not going to have these pages. You might see something like that. Um, I actually have a little bookmark that I set up here. And the website, you can see up here, if you want to bookmark this, then you don't have to like root around through all the CWC stuff each time. It takes you directly to the login page. So cwc.clearlogin.com/login. I think you just really need this part, but you can have it all. That's my username. Yours is going to be a little bit different than that. And when you log in, typically this is going to take a 30 seconds or so. That's not super efficient getting logged in, but once you're logged in, it'll be fine. Things are usually pretty quick. This is the slowest part of it. So once you get logged in, here's my applications that are available to me in My Central. And the one that you're going to be primarily using here is called My Classes. There's another one down here, Mail, that you'll be using periodically for this particular class. I'm just going to click on My Classes just to get us rolling here. So once you get in here, my dashboard shows me all sorts of things here, some really funny things. This particular class is going to be the CWC CMAP 1680 fall semester, so 2019 fall microcomputer applications. This is what the book's going to look like. Just click on that. And I've broken this class up so that you can see this. Here's a section, the basic stuff. Here's week 1, which you should be completed by, it says September 1st, but Labor Day is this Monday. So if you need a little extra time, let me know, and that shouldn't be a problem. But under the basic stuff, if you start here, this is where you can see all the various different things. Matt's contact info, the welcome to class, download Microsoft Office for free. Don't pay for Microsoft Office. You can get that for free. Click this link and it'll show you exactly how to do it. Looks something like this. Click this URL here and be sure that you do the install Office down here in this little image. So once you get to this website, if this is the way you're going to go, you have to install Office. Okay, so to get back to where I was, I just click this class name up here. And I'm typically not using anything on the left-hand side except for grades. So it might get confusing if you start using those tools on the left-hand side. I've tried to make them as straightforward as possible. I might actually simplify that a little bit more. There's the syllabus. General course questions. So if you have questions about the course, here's Charlie's got a question in here right now. My software was upgraded through my company to Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2019. Will this cause any issues with completing this course? And let's respond to Charlie. Hi, Charlie. So glad you asked. You will be fine using this version of software. I am really happy to have you in class. And let me scroll down so you can actually see it. And I'll say, thanks a bunch, Matt. And we'll post the reply. And we'll go back to the very beginning of the class. Just click this link up here. And I'm kind of back to where I began. So use the general course questions so that other people can actually see your questions as well. One thing that you're going to need to do immediately is you're going to need to download and extract the student data files. And on this page, I actually have a video which demonstrates how to do that. These links here at the bottom are going to be the files that we use to get started with. So you don't have to actually build everything from scratch. So in the Microsoft Word section, for example, most of the work that you do is going to include some starter files. But please watch this video so you understand how to work with these. Otherwise, you might get a little bit frustrated. I'm not going to do that again because it's already here. Microsoft has updated some versions of your Windows, so it might not look exactly the same as in my video. There's no way for me to know which version of Windows each one of you are using, so just kind of keep that in mind. You might need to infer a little bit as you're moving through that. But if you run into trouble, let me know and I can step you through it a little bit. Okay, here's the week one. So this is what you should be working on now. And I'm not going to hold you fast this first week or two to these dates. And I realize that some of you have things going on. It's the beginning of the semester. It's your first class ever, et cetera, et cetera. The dates that I have set up are designed to help you be able to complete the class without being completely stressed out at the end of the semester. So if you follow along with these dates that I'm suggesting here, you'll be fine. If you wait, I'll probably be really nice and lenient. And unfortunately, it's kind of like the hangman. You're going to be stressed. You may not be able to do it. And you'll be very unhappy with things. So just kind of try to use this as a guide. The other thing I encourage you to do is if you understand, you can move ahead. So if you decide you wanted to have this class finished by Halloween, you could. I've had students who finished the work in about a month's time. So I think that's about as quickly as you could do it and still be sane. So in this first week, it's not terribly difficult. We've got the introduce yourself to the instructor in the class, update your contact info right up above that. There's a discussion here, and this one is fairly straightforward. Okay, so we've got a couple of folks who've actually responded to that already. I'm going to turn the little triangle there on basic stuff just to simplify my view. The essential computer concepts objectives, they go right along with the first chapter in the book, which I've got in a PDF right here. And if I click that, that's what that's going to look like. And so you, without even having the book, you can read these PDFs and you'd be able to get going here. I'm going to go back here. That's the essential computer concepts. I wouldn't memorize that PDF or the first chapter of the book. I think I would recommend getting into the quiz itself. And this is what the quiz is going to look like to you. It's going to look something like this. And I do quizzes a little bit differently than other people. These are instructional. So the quizzes, the word is a little bit misleading. You can take the quizzes as many times as you like, and you can get a 0 9 times in a row, And on the 10th time, you could get a 7 out of 10. And that's the score that I'll record, is your highest score. I'd recommend that you take these quizzes at least a couple of times, if not 3 or 4. The reason is these are the questions that you'll see on the final exam at the end of the semester. So the more times you take it, the more different questions you're going to see. And you don't need to get a perfect score, but being introduced to the types of questions is going to give you the best information to prepare for that final exam. So the quizzes themselves, you can see, are only worth about 10 points. And that's not actually a lot, because once you get into the other assignments, they're going to be worth 50 points apiece. So pick your poison. I wouldn't spend tons of time trying to get a perfect score on the quizzes. I'd spend your time working on the assignments, the modules, the reviews that are going to be coming up. Okay, so that'll be all you need to do for week 1. And for week 2, let's just take a little quick peek ahead here. This is going to be more typical for what's going to be expected of you each week. So again, this is a bit of a short week because Labor Day is thrown in there. That'll be Monday. These assignments would be due on September 8th, and you could see that right here. And you can also see how much they're worth, 50 points each. So 50 and 50, and this one's worth 10. So anyway, glad to have you in class, and I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and let me know if you have questions. Thanks a lot.